Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michel Sharritt, and I am here with you live with QCamp and our parent company, Situated Research, for our free webinar this afternoon, Live Landing Page Critiques. So this is being brought to you by our two companies, and we're so happy that you can join us. We have a few hundred people, about 500 people attending this afternoon, so everybody's kind of trickling in. So we'll do some admin stuff and then we'll go ahead and get started. Today's session will be recorded, so you will have the recording available to you after we finish today. So what we're going to talk about today is navigation structure and website organization. So how do you organize the content on your website, images, etc.? How should your menu navigation be set up that makes sense for users? The next thing that we'll talk about is color psychology, graphics, font size, colors, headings, etc. We'll also talk about your website content. So do you have a website that's too wordy? Do you have web pages where you scroll and scroll and scroll with information? We'll talk about social media integration and SEO, or search engine optimization. And we'll also talk about page layout and structure. So before we get started, as everybody's kind of trickling in, I want to tell you a little bit about our companies. QCamp's our sister company where we do web design, social media marketing, digital marketing, and graphic design. So we've helped design over 1,100 websites since we've been in business. And we have conducted over 5,000 website reviews. So we've had over 5,000 businesses come to us and say, hey, can you take a look at our website? And so we used to put together a report. Now it's a video. It's about 10 to 15 minutes long, where we do what we're going to do today. So it's kind of nice. So we've already picked our websites that we're going to review for today. So if your website wasn't chosen, just I'll give you my contact information at the end, and then you can just email me and we'll go ahead and do that review for you. It's free. Situated Research is our parent company. So basically, our team at Situated Research has written the playbook on usability for website design. So how user-friendly is your website? As I said, we've conducted over 5,000 website reviews in the last 6 years. And we find that all websites have some sort of issues or concerns when it comes to usability. And the plain and simple fact for that problem being an issue with almost every website that we review is that usability experts were not brought in the process to building a site. So the site's not user-friendly, the menu navigation doesn't make any sense, content's getting lost. E-commerce sites, especially, the checkout process is way too long. So a web design company just kind of slapped together a website for these businesses, and there was no usability expertise. So that's our niche. Every website that we design or redesign, we have our team from Situated Research test it throughout the entire development process. So it eliminates those issues right off the bat. So if you want your website reviewed, again, I'm going to give you my contact information so you can just email me. If you're on our Facebook pages, you can just send us a private message, or you can go to our website and go to the free marketing analysis section and fill out the form there. What you'll get, like I said, is a 10 to 15 minute video where we go over the overall user friendliness of your website. We use research-driven analysis of your branding and marketing presence. We evaluate your site's menu navigation structure and ease of use, and we look at action items to improve your website's effectiveness. We also look at the overall user experience. So we want to make sure that when we come to your website, we understand exactly what your business is about. We look at your content, the aesthetics, messages that you're giving, calls to action. We want to make sure that your website's enjoyable and fun to use, content's easy to find, there's consistency, all of that good stuff. And we also look at the actual structure of the websites. We look at the wireframes where things are laid out on the pages, menu navigation, grammar, font sizes, all these different areas we take a look at and put in the report. So some people say, well, why is this important? These improvements to your website can help retain customers, build trust online, and boost sales. Just think about yourself as a consumer. When you go online, you do a Google search for a certain product, you go to a website, you're not speaking with anyone. You're building trust with that company online. And you're either going to be a customer or you're not. So it's the same thing when people go to your website. So you have to think of it that way from a user's perspective. So some reviews that we've done in the past, we've done grocery stores, we've done breweries, online e-commerce pages, salons, major companies like Cisco. And like I said, we've done over 5,000 reviews. So we've gotten pretty good at it. And our usability experts are brilliant when it comes to reviewing websites, which is great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to our main screen. Okay, hold on just a second. Click OK. Okay, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go here. Whoop. Let me just get to the correct screen here. Here we go. All right, so you guys should see my browser, and you should see Pope Family Dental. So this is a dentist's office here in our local area that wanted us to review their website. They're our dentist, actually. So when I went in last week for my cleaning, they were like, can you review our website? So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing, like I said, we come to a website, we want to make sure that we understand exactly what this business is about. So obviously it's a dentist. We can tell that by the logo, we can tell that by the content. The next thing that we look at is the header. So we want to make sure that the menu navigation makes sense, that the header makes sense. So right up front, we have their phone number. We can read reviews, which is nice because that's going to gain trust online. They're not trying to hide anything, which is nice. They have all their social media buttons up here, which is nice as well. And I can tell just from doing this for so many years that this website was built by a company that strictly designs dentist websites, which is great. They're industry focused. However, we're going to find some usability issues here in just a moment. So here in the menu structure, it's very short, very sweet, to the point. Good labeling, which is great. Subheadings, we only have a few, which is good. And then here for services, they're listed out here with pictures that you can click on, probably to keep from having to add a services menu up here, which is good for navigation. One thing that I would do is I would make this slider bigger, just so it's more prominent and people actually look at it, and then putting services underneath. We go down, and this dentist can do same-day crowns. He has this really cool machine in his lobby that makes the crowns right then and there. So that's kind of cool. So they're showcasing that here. One visit smile, okay, and then their footer with their map, address, hours, contact information, which is good. They do need to update their copyright to 2017. Okay, so let's go ahead. The homepage is good except for those minor changes, I would say. Let's look at one internal page. So we'll look at what we do. So it lists out services, and then these are clickable. Just going to click on one. Okay. So I'm just looking at the layout. I'm going to click on another services page just to make sure the layout stays the same. So consistency is good. So that's good. This page has a lot of content though. So users are probably not going to scroll through. One way, a trick that you can do if you do have a page with a lot of content like this is you could just list out veneers, tooth whitening, and then have a little drop down arrow. So if they want to read more, they can click it. Just makes the page not so long, so people won't have to scroll or feel the need that they need to do that. I'm going to click on one more internal page. So here we're meeting 13. Okay. All right. So looks good. One thing that we do is we go to 2 free websites, and I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the URL to their homepage, and I'm going to go to validator.w3.org, which anybody can do. And you simply put the URL to the page on the website that you're on, so you can check any page of your website. I'm just going to check the home page here. And you click check. What this does is it goes through and shows you any programming errors that you have within the back end of your website. So for a business owner, you may be like, well, why do I need to know that? Well, one, you should want to make sure that your website's perfect and functioning correctly. If you have programming errors, your website could be functioning great when using a certain browser, and then when someone else is using another browser, it could not be functioning correctly, which is going to lose you business. So this site gives you a listing of the programming errors that you have. So just on the home page, Pope Dental has 23 programming errors. Some may be very minor, but some might be causing it not to function correctly or to have content not appear correctly. So that needs to get fixed. And I'll show you. You can go to another page of the website. So we can check the programming errors on this page. So again, just copy the URL, go here, put it in, and hit check. So it's going to check the programming errors on this page. There's only 2. But still, you want to make sure that those get fixed. Another cool site, so I'm just going to go back and get their URL again, is website.grader.com. So this is a grading system through a company called HubSpot, which many of us have heard of, where they'll actually take a look at your site just by putting in the URL, putting in your email address, .com, and then it's going to look at a few things. Right now it's scanning the website to make sure that it's mobile friendly, to make sure that it loads quickly, to make sure that the SEO is there, to make sure that the website's secure. So they got a 77 out of 100, which is pretty good. Gives a screenshot of what it looks like on a desktop. Performance is very slow. 17 out of 30 is not good. So that could be image problems on the website that are making some pages load slowly. It could also be hosting, so we'd have to take a look at that. It is mobile friendly, which is great. SEO is awesome. They got a 30 out of 30, so that's good. But their website's not secure. So when we used to do these reviews, if you weren't an e-commerce website, it didn't matter if you had an SSL certificate. Now it does matter. Google isn't even going to look at your website to rank you if you don't have an SSL certificate. And that certificate is purchased through your hosting company. It can be a couple $100s a year, but it makes your website secure from hackers. It also keeps any forms secure as well. So if people fill out any information on your website, it keeps that info secure. But it also will allow Google to go ahead and rank your website, which is something that you want to obviously have happen. Otherwise, why do SEO or have a website? So that is, what happened there? Okay, so that is Pope Family Dental. So thank you for allowing us to review your website. The next site we're going to look at is Oswego Chamber of Commerce. So Oswego Chamber of Commerce asked us to take a look at their website. So when we first come to the website, we understand exactly what this website's about. But one thing that I would say is the menu navigation is too long. They have 7 items when they should only have 4 to 6, and it's also laid out kind of weird. Um, the labeling's too long as well. So for menu labeling, you want to have 1 to 2 words. Keep it short and simple so you know exactly what you're going to get when you get to that page. It's also good for SEO as well. And then having the colored buttons like this is kind of odd as well. So that needs to be changed, and it could just be the format that they picked. Yeah, they have a web design company. I'm going to actually click on this. So they used web links. Okay, so they're known for doing this kind of thing. This kind of box design too. This is kind of old school as well. So this would need to be changed, the overall look, to make it more update. So the font size as well is very small for online, so that needs to be fixed. This is very draws your eye straight to it. So I don't know really if you want to do that because these are just images of the group. I would say designing a site more with a slideshow with crisp images that jump out at you that give clear calls to action would be good. Upcoming events is good to have. Facebook is good. They have their members listed. The font size is just really, really small. So we really need to make sure that that's bumped up. And you don't ever list out sitemap here. This company is notorious for doing this. It's just bad SEO. They believe that Google and other search engines are going to rank them higher because they actually have the word sitemap with their sitemap, and it doesn't work. Basically, a sitemap is just the hierarchy of the pages that you have. It's like an outline form of the name of the pages that you submit to different search engines. So having those words doesn't help. So we're going to go ahead and click on a page, an internal page. So we're looking at a whole new website. This is really bad usability for when you never want to navigate anyone off of your website. Number 2, it confuses people. There's just so many things here. So if I want to learn more about the chamber, how do I do? Okay, so this menu navigation needs to be up here. So this navigation here are items that, like sponsored events that they're having right now, that they put up here. The menu needs to be up here for the website. So it should be in the footer, but it should also be at the top. That's typically where users want to see that. So if I want to join the chamber, I'm looking up here and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I might scroll down and come upon this menu, but I may not because the font's so small. Let's go ahead and click on an internal page. So if we click on an internal page, okay, we've got that, which is good. Okay, so that looks good. I want to click on another page just to see. So the layout and the format, they stay consistent. Their Facebook feed, though, is cut off here because of the design, so that's an issue. So yeah, so I would say menu navigation, layout, font size, and overall look and feel needs to be improved upon on this website. I'm going to copy the homepage URL, and I'm going to go ahead and do that check for coding errors. Okay, so the homepage has 67 coding errors, which need to get fixed. Let's go ahead and look at Website Grader and see how they graded here. Hold on, so I'm going to put this in. qcamp.com. Okay. Okay, so wow, they did pretty good. So 92 out of 100. So the only thing that they're lacking on is performance. So page speeds. Everything else mobile friendly, which is good. Even though content is cut off, I'm really wondering if it is mobile friendly. Um, I'm going to take a look at my phone real quick. Um, Oswego Chamber of Commerce. Sometimes HubSpot will say that it's mobile friendly, but it's not. Um, okay, it is. It's showing up correctly. It's just looking kind of weird here. So it is mobile friendly, which is great. SEO says it's good. And it's secure. It has an SSL certificate, which is awesome. Okay, so thank you so much for allowing us to review your website today, Oswego Chamber of Commerce. Next, and the last site that we're going to look at is Two Brothers Artesian Brewing. They've asked us to take a look at their site, so I'm going to go ahead and copy the URL. So the first thing that we notice, we understand it's a brewery. But the menu navigation is very hard to see, even though it highlights when you go over it, because of the white, and it was hard to read, as you saw. So let's go ahead and look at this. Okay. Events. So the menu navigation is laid out a little differently. And there are a lot of words in the labeling, so I would definitely take a look at that. They have 5 restaurants. Okay, events, blog. Okay, so it's pretty good. I like this image. It looks a little grainy though, so I would pick a better image, more high quality image. Just looking at the content here and the labeling, which looks good. Got some images here. There's a lot of content on the homepage. You can make a reservation, download a menu, get directions. Okay. They were on the news, so they want to feature that. I'm just scrolling and scrolling. So this is a lot of information for the homepage. So you may want to have a banquets page up in the menu navigation. Also, as you scroll here, you see how we lost the main menu navigation. A well-designed website will carry the main menu navigation through. So that could just be an option that they need to click on. So it's just a lot of information. This should be its own page. Okay, now it's following us. No, it's not. Okay, interesting. So I'm still scrolling. So we really need to work on the home page. The footer looks good. It's nice and clean. We've got our social buttons that we can click on, the different locations, general information. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on an internal page. So here we go. We've lost the look and feel of the site. So consistency is important. Now we have a whole new site. So we're not going to look at that. Let's click on another internal page. Okay, so we're on the website. Same look and feel, which is good. Okay, but this is a lot of content. Again, a lot of scrolling. A way, again, to minimize this is to have the job title and then a little drop-down arrow. Would eliminate the scrolling. So if they were interested in the forklift operator position, they could click it and all the information pops up. So I'm going to go ahead and go to validator.w3.org and test their homepage. And on the homepage, they have 25 programming errors that need to be fixed. And then on Website Grader, I'll go ahead and put them in. And again, anybody can do this, which is amazing. qcamp.com. Okay, so two brothers, oh no. Well, that didn't go according to plan. Why not? There we go. Okay, I wonder what happened. Okay, so they got a 67 out of 100. Um, this is interesting. That doesn't look at all. What the? What the heck? Did they just change this? Whoa, this is totally different than what we were just looking at, right? Okay, I think somebody's playing a trick on us. All right, we're gonna go back. So with all that going on that we just saw, the performance is slow. So that needs to be worked on, could be images. It is mobile friendly, which is good. The SEO, they got a 15 out of 30, so that needs to be worked on. No sitemaps have been created, so that needs to be put in there. Descriptions for images need to be put in there as well. And it doesn't have an SSL certificate, so that needs to be purchased as well. I'm going to go back to this because this is interesting. This just totally changed from what we were just looking at. It's kind of cool and interactive, but I would say it's very distracting as well, and this goes way too quickly. And Two Brothers is messaging me and saying that they were making some updates today, so they must have just made them. So do you guys agree this is too quick? Yeah. And this is very distracting, a lot of information. Okay, yeah. This is totally different. Okay, I like it. I would say just slow this down and maybe put a buffer between the slideshow and this section because it looks kind of clumped together, and move this down so you can read Two Brothers. Okay. All right. Let me know, guys, when it's finished, and then we can do our own free review for you guys. All right, so I'm going to switch back to the power. Whoa, what's that? Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm just switching back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so that was our webinar for today. If your website wasn't reviewed, I apologize, but we can go ahead and do a free review. Just go ahead and contact us. You can contact us at info@situatedresearch.com or info@qcamp.com, however you registered for today's session. You can visit our websites. You can give us a call. And remember those free tools. You can test your website out today if you wanted to see if you guys have any programming errors, or you can take a look at your SEO, see if you have an SSL certificate, that kind of stuff on marketing.grader.com. So I want to thank you all for attending today. And again, this recording will be made available to you by the end of the day. Thank you again for attending. Have a great day.